edit photos for my blog. And this is a photo in the dashboard of my blog that one of my contributors sent to me. And I looked at it and I thought it looked a little bit dull. So this is the way that I normally edit it. So show you, I already did one. So this is what the picture looked like when I downloaded it from her. And then I edited it and it just made it a little bit brighter and it gives it a little bit more pop. And it doesn't look as dull. Like when you compare the two, like when you look at it, this picture's all right, I guess. But like this one, it's like the colors are brighter and the whites are a little whiter. And I think that this makes for a more attractive picture. So this is the workflow that I use to edit almost all of my photos. And I'm going to download another one of her photos, probably this one. Okay, save image. Great. So let's open this up in Photoshop. So I am using Photoshop 7, but really this technique would work in just about any version of Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. And the first thing I do is I open the levels, which is Control L. And then see, usually there's a big mountain when you look at your levels. And you want to drag the slider over so that it's closer to the base of the mountain. And you can watch the preview of the photo and what that does while you do it. So if you go here like, whoa, that's a little way too bright, and it's back to being dull. So you adjust the slider a little bit, and the goal is not to have like the whites be like, whoa, crazy. Let's see, I like it about there. So it's about at the base of where this really starts to curve up. And that's usually where you end up dragging this first slider. So once you've got that, click OK. And already this is a huge improvement in the set of photos, but we can do even more. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to grab this layer and drag it down to the new layer button and release it. And that makes a duplicate layer. And then you go up to layer styles, go down to soft light. And then you need to adjust the opacity because this is a little like way too crazy. So I usually dial it down to about 60%. That's pretty good. And then we duplicate it again. So you click and drag, hold and drag down and release on top of the new layer button. That makes a new layer. Then you switch to screen mode. This is going to be way too bright, but usually we dial this one down to around 20 to 25%. And then that ends up looking perfect. Let's see. That's a little too much. That's pretty good at 15. And then I like to double check. I like make these disappear and then come back. I think that looks good. Let me see what the bottom looks like when yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save this. Control S, put it back in downloads. Don't forget to switch the type to JPEG. Right. Save it. Fabulous. Okay, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So if I go ahead and open up here, back into downloads and refresh it. So this is what the pin looked like before, which, you know, is okay. But now this is what it looks like. And it's light and it's bright and it doesn't look as dull as that one. And that is the easy technique that I use to edit all my photos.